What's going on, people? Joe Morgan here again. Picked up a bus in Seattle, Northwestern Bus Sales. Salesman Mike Klosky was very helpful. Picked me up at the airport. Took me back to the dealership. We started going through the bus. I got a little video on that. Just going and walking around it. I went through it a little further in detail myself after I put the camera up. Had a few questions. They had a mechanic named Joe. Must be another awesome guy. Joe Dudley, he knew what he was doing. Helped out a bunch. It's a 99 model bus on the dashboard. All the switches, the little icons are worn off. They explained what all they done. Helped me out a lot. He'd actually worked on the bus. The air conditioner works. That's always a plus for me. And, I'm pretty sure it's kept the bus about 65 degrees so far. The sun's going down. I can feel it cooling off even more. So I left Seattle. I headed east. On I-90 through the mountains. They've done great through the mountains. Going up the hills, down the hills. It's got the retarder on it, so it helped out on the steep grades. The traffic, man, long weekend. Apparently Seattle is not the place to be on a long weekend, because I think everybody was headed east. Traffic jams, bottlenecks. It was crazy. I made it out of mountains now in a desert. A bunch of grass pastures, fields. Sun's going down. I'll get a picture, but it's behind me. So I'm headed over to Spokane, stay the night with my daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter. He's in the Air Force. I won't hold that against him too much, being in the Air Force. But in the Marine Corps, he does great. He's one hell of a guy. So, just a little update. The bus is running good. No problems whatsoever. Don't tell the cops, but it runs pretty good by 80 miles an hour. It's got the, I think I said this before, it's got the Detroit 60 series, 12.7. This is actually tuned. They checked it out at the dealership there. This one actually has 435 horsepower. And you can definitely tell it when you're going up through the mountains. Beautiful country. And that's one reason, one of many reasons, why I went and picked this bus up. I'm going to convert it to a tiny home or an RV or whatever you want to call it. The final intention is to live in it. I got a daughter. She's only in 5th grade this year. So I leave 7 years to travel locally around Oklahoma. Use this RV weekends, summer, we take trips. She graduates. I'm telling everybody, don't call me, I'll call you. Or I may just show up at your house. Ain't no telling. Well, my job over the last 14 years in the oil and gas industry has let me travel a whole lot all over the United States. Pennsylvania, North Dakota, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mexico. I even went West Virginia and Ohio, all through there, but the trips getting there, never had a chance to stop and appreciate the beauty that the country actually has. But by God, we're going to do it now. There ain't going to be no more of this seeing everything at 70 miles an hour through a windshield. People used to tell me, make sure you stop and smell the roses. Man, I ain't got time for that. I'll pick them on the way by and smell them when I get there. The problem is, I never got there. If we fix that shit, we're going to be able to stop anywhere, stay anywhere, no matter. Try to make it completely off grid, comfortable. That's the plan. Ready. Peace out. So we stopped at Krispy Kreme this morning. And we get to watch them make the donuts. And that's the best part right there. Oh, yeah.
That was a lot.
17 years with a rock in my soul, moving to the beat of the lines on the road, lines on my face, scars on my soul, 17 miles in life to go, my Lord. Oh my Lord. 17 years of a life I call my own. My dreams are blowing in the wind of an old dust storm.
So a little update. Got into Spokane Friday night. Daughter and son-in-law picked me up. My son-in-law is a member of Camping World. He called them and they let me park the bus at their place overnight, which was mighty nice of them. A little shout out to them. Next morning, got up, visited a little bit. Granddaughter, she liked the bus. She called it Papa Joe's big, white, small bus. And she liked playing with the door button because it's air operated. And she also enjoyed the air horn on the way to take me back to the bus yesterday morning, which was Saturday on Labor Day weekend. We stopped at Krispy Kreme Donuts there, Spokane, Washington, and so she got to see how they make Krispy Kreme donuts. So we just got donuts and took them back to the bus. We ate on the bus, visited a little bit, and I headed out. I guess I left about noon. Got to Billings, Montana. Then at about 10:30 last night. Stayed in a motel. Bus don't care for that many mountains. And it done good. It didn't overheat. It got warm, but it didn't overheat. It done pretty good all in all. Man, the air up here is filled with smoke in Washington and west of Billings from the fires. Big old fire going in Bozeman, which I was driving so I couldn't film it. Smoke was bad. Got up this morning, went and checked the bus out, fired it up, and built up air pressure, but it wouldn't build up enough. It wouldn't build all the way up. So I got to looking, figuring it out. I thought it was this kneel button where you can make the step drop down, make it easier for people to get up in the bus. That wasn't it. So I thought it was the raise and lower button where you could raise and lower the whole bus. That wasn't it. So I cranked it up high idle, let it build up a little more air, a little quicker. Built up about as high as it would go, which the buzzer still wouldn't go off. So I killed it, walked around the bus, walked around the back. It's the solenoid, air solenoid that was stuck. It was bleeding the air off and wouldn't allow it to build up and raise the bus up to the proper height. So it's got a little rubber piece on the end of it, and I just pushed it 3 or 4 times, pushed it in, held it, let it out, and so it's just a solenoid that got stuck there. Ever since then, haven't had no problem with it. Which bus is 21 years old, so it's a legal age to start having issues of its own without anybody else helping. But we got her going. We, as in me. We got her going and cruising down the road. Headed toward Sheridan, Montana. Going out to Cheyenne, Denver, over into Kansas, south to Oklahoma. Got about 1,000 miles to go. Started at 1,700 miles. Actually, further. I think it's actually right around 1,900 total from Seattle. But we're fixing to break the 3-digit mark on the mileage. So I filled all the way up. And on the second exit of Idaho, on the west side, I wasn't too sure if the fuel gauge was right, so I filled all the way up, 231 gallon tank. I filled up, I drove 313 miles, figured it was time to pull over, go ahead and fill up, just see how much fuel it did use after going through the mountains. And I used 41 gallons, 313 miles. Comes out to like 7.63 miles per gallon. I figure that's not bad going through the mountains. Well, we'll see how it does now that I'm on a little bit flatter ground. Kind of excited to get home and get started on the demolition of this bus. Rip all the non-essentials out. Start measuring and ciphering. Getting a plan together. Looking forward to it. I'll give y'all another update tomorrow unless something interesting happens. Actually, all this will probably end up being in one video, crammed together as a trip. Peace out.
No sense in stalling when your ride's sitting up on poles. 17 years and my hand's still on the door. 17 years with a rock in my soul, moving to the beat of the lines on the road. Lines on my face, scars on my soul. 17 miles and life to go, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
Mission accomplished.
Honey, I'm home with our home.
It's huge.
So first things first, I want to show you the windshield. You see this bottom half? I washed that before I come into Kansas from Colorado. You see the top half? I ain't washed that. I'm glad there's a windshield. I'd have a teeth pulled.
Bug breakfast, right?
All the protein you need. Sure ain't good. No problems. Other than a solenoid valve for the air. In the mornings it's kind of sticky. But other than that, I don't know how fast it'll go. Speedometer only goes to 80, so remember how fast it is when it gets down to the H on MPH? That's how fast it goes. I don't know.
What are you trying to? You do some drag racing with this bus? Get some tops.
I was practicing for F1 in the mountains. I was practicing for F1 racing.
Oh my God! You took this thing in the mountains. What was that like?
Actually, not bad.
Nice.
The mountains between Seattle, Washington, and Spokane, Washington, those wasn't bad, like hardly at all. Other than apparently Seattle's not the place to be over Labor Day weekend because everybody was headed east. Saturday, driving from Spokane through Idaho and Montana to Billings, the bus got warm. Didn't overheat, it just got warm. But
Like the whole thing, or just the engine? Or
nah, just the engine. Oh no, shit, no, I wasn't warm. That whole bus was 65 degrees the whole way.
Got a meat cooler in there.
Yeah.
Heck yeah,
Yes.
sounds promising. You want to give us a little tour?
This is a bus.
Tour complete. There we go, guys. We'll see you next time.
You got the steps, driver's seat, or the cockpit. There's a reason, because I'll probably be driving this most of the time, not the wife. Probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh, that's why it's called the cockpit. I get you. little over my head sometimes.
So this is what the bus looks like now. 45-foot Van Hool. It's a T2145, and it's got a full 8 feet inside, wall to wall. The seats are great. All my passengers, nobody said a word. This is my wife. This is my M&M. I think we're gonna do good with this. We got some fogged up windows here and there, but these are coming out on the sides. We might leave one big window in, maybe one on the kitchen side and one on the living area side up toward the front, but the rest of them are coming out, and probably be like everybody else and scrounge some RV windows out of a wrecked RV. You know, it's amazing. This is a 99 model, and all these lights still work. Well, except for 2. That's pretty cool. Welcome to the rock and roll dreams bus. I promise you there'll always be music going in here once it's done. Probably while we're working on it, because we tend to like our music. Life without music, man, it's boring.
Not a life worth
Life
living.
without rock and roll, I feel sorry for you.